Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. And as you can see by the title of this video, this is going to be our first real talk video. So we're going to be talking about sex, relationships, and marriage.
Oh, I was gonna go. Let's cover relationships first.
Yeah, so we're two different people, two different mindsets. We think
we're not alike.
Yeah, sometimes we think alike, but sometimes we have different viewpoints and we don't always think the same. So we're going to just be talking about how we feel about each one of these different topics. So first up is relationships. So as we said in our Get to Know Me video, we're both single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 17, I'll be 18 in August, and she's 16, she'll be 17 in December. So we're kind of at that age where everyone you kind of know either has a boyfriend or has been in relationships. I've never personally been in like a relationship, like a real relationship. I'm just thinking about back to
What
grade was I in?
5th or the 3rd?
First.
First.
Was it first? It was Mr. Tan. I was in his class.
Oh,
I was at Petrowski, and there was this kid. His name was Langston, and we had liked each other.
Was that a dog name?
That's rude. Sorry if your name is Langston. But no, his name was Langston. He was light skinned. He had curly brown hair. It was anyway. But I've never had a real.
Weren't you 6?
I've never had a real relationship. But like I said, we're at that age where well, I know for me, I've always been a very independent person. Mm-hmm. Do I want to be in a relationship? Of course I do. That has always been one of my desires, but I've never felt like I need someone to complete me. I've never felt like I need a guy to complete my life and I'm set. Mm-hmm. I've never felt that way.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to be in a relationship. It just depends on your maturity level and what you're looking for and with time, how the timing is. Because when you meet a guy and you think that y'all could be together and stuff like that, I sometimes think it's based on maturity, how are you going to be, and it's also if you're really ready to be in a relationship, because if you're not ready, then you can't give your all into that relationship and stuff like that. So for me, of course I want to be in a relationship, but I think right now where God has me right now is I'm just supposed to be content with being single right now, focus on my schoolwork, and just be a normal teenager for now. I'm not saying dating at this age is wrong or anything like that, but for me right now, that's just not how God is planning that out for my life right now. So.
And like she had just said, what did you say?
I said a lot.
No, it was, you were talking about, well, I know for both of us, we don't date just to date and just to be frivolously in a relationship,
have fun and stuff like that. Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship, my mindset with you is, okay, we're in this relationship. If I think that I've never been one of those hopeless romantic types. She's always been the one.
I am not.
She's very Hallmark.
No, I'm not. Don't let that be
you
no.
Oh.
No,
I've never been
not.
that way. But anyway,
no, not.
Like I was saying, we do not date just to date. I date even, and I don't care if you think, oh, you're too young. I'm sorry, but just because I'm 17 does not mean I want to be a hoe. And I'm not trying to be with all these different people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying the first guy right off the bat is going to be the one. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. But if I'm with you, my end goal with you is to get married. Now, if I just start a relationship and we're only 2 weeks, even 2 months in, I'm not okay, so what's the next step? No. Yeah. Everybody already knows from me, especially if you're a stranger and we don't even really know each other yet, 2 years. Yeah. I need to be with you for 2 years.
Yeah, so for me, when it comes to relationships like that, I think first, I want to be your friend first. I don't want to be a bump into you and stuff like that. And hey, you want to get coffee sometimes, stuff like that. I don't want that. Now, if that happens, it happens. Yeah. But personally, I want to be like your friend first. Like that way I already get to like know you and already like know how you are and stuff like that. And then if we are like having feelings for each other and stuff like that, then you can pursue me like in a relationship and stuff. But I'm not gonna be in multiple relationships. And I won't say like I believe you can find the one, but like I think there is a special someone for everyone out there. So like,
you see, that's not necessarily true, because some people are destined for singleness.
Yeah,
some people are not, like, God does not want them to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So not everybody is going to end up with somebody.
Yeah.
You might have been in relationships, but like even within those relationships, you might just realize maybe this is just not something for me. Like, so I don't think there is someone for everybody.
Yeah. But like, I'm just like where God has like me and Maya right now. Like we're not like looking for like a guy or whatever like that. Now if they come along, and that's great. But like we're not like thirsty or like looking for a guy. Yeah, we're not like being desperate right now. If it happens, it happens. But like we can't force it with anybody. So that's not how it works.
How do you feel about like if the girl makes the first move? I think with that I think she understands where I'm coming from now, because I've like explained it to her. But like initially when we talked about like what if the girl makes the first move, like, honey, it's 2020. It's not 1930, whatever. Like, and I'm not even saying that just to be like, oh, pro women. Even though I love women, like, let's like do your thing. Like, do your thing. But I'm saying like, and see, there's so many things I could say. But like, first off, just because a guy, to me, does not make the first move, does not make him weak, does not make him punkish. Because why? Just because you're not outspoken or because you're shy, why is that a sign of weakness? But it's not if it's a girl. Like, I'm not understand how that makes you more or less manly. Yeah. So for me, if it's a guy that just has like that more to himself like personality, that's like the shy type, I guess you could call it, he might want me to come to him to show that I'm interested. And maybe he's not even the shy type. What if he's very alpha male type? I watched a bunch of videos just to like see like what guys like nowadays, and a lot of them were like they like a girl that comes to them first and tells them that they're interested, because that shows confidence, that shows that you're interested.
Yeah. And like for me, you already know. So like anytime like I've ever like had a crush on a guy or like liked them or whatever like that, I've always been burned. Like it's never.
What do you mean burned?
Like the feelings were never reciprocated. Like they never felt the same way.
But see, she's now getting into this chapter in her life where she's not in elementary school anymore. Not every boy is like falling at their knees on their knees for you, like begging for you to be with them. Yeah. No, you're now in real life. There's gonna be times where you like the guy, it's not reciprocated.
But I'm not gonna be like playing these games like that. If you like me, you genuinely say it. Stop beating on a bunch of stuff and stuff like that.
If it's obvious that we have chemistry here, if it's obvious that we're like that, we're just playing around here, and you're not being like upfront. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you like straight up, like, what's the deal here? Like, what are we doing? Yeah, because then you can't go and be jealous if he's like going to go talk to somebody else. Like, no, I thought you were just. He didn't say that. He never said that. But like back to like the whole like being the initiating like person and like to start the I guess give the first move.
I would have a problem with it, like,
because you have to understand, guys get rejected all the time. Yeah, you think they should be the only ones to experience that? Like that's not even fair. Like
I get that. Like I feel for them. Like if they do get rejected and stuff like that. So I understand if the girl's the one who initiates it or whatever like that. But like for me, I want the guy to come to me, because my past has not been a good thing for me when I tell them that I like you and then...
You only had, what, 2 experiences?
So it still hurt.
That's not enough.
Whatever.
But you can go through life just going, like, having that.
Like I told you, like I said, I'm done pursuing them. They need to be the one to pursue me.
That's the whole, like, I don't think that's just like a Christian thing, like in our household, but like I feel like maybe like for anybody that just has like old school like parents, I guess. It's not you like girls are supposed to be the ones that are hunted or like.
Yeah, like she said, their mom said like, we're the prey, and like the men are like the
See,
hunters.
you can't even say that. It's not even PC. Like they're the predators. Like no. But like, what was I saying? We don't have to like be so. And even if you are bold, do you? That's your thing. Yeah. But I know for me, when I say maybe initiate the conversation or maybe like initiate like the first move or whatever like that, I'm not saying I'm jumping at you and like, okay, go out with me. Do you like me? Nothing like that. What I'm saying is I'm opening the door, maybe letting you know, yeah, I'm interested. The door's open. Now, whether you step in or close the door back, that's up to you. Yeah. And once that's been decided, then I move on. But that's what I mean, like, when I say initiate. I'm not saying, like, I'm being, like, so at you. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be persistent. Yeah. That's not going to be me. That's what I find that's maybe, like, desperate and maybe, like, for the guy to do for me. I don't want to be the one that's, like, always being persistent and, like, always trying to, like, force it on you. Yeah. And not even just force, but, like, just constantly bring it up. I'll let you do that. And even if I receive that, but like that's not for me. Yeah. I'm just opening the door for you. If you want to step through, you can do that.
So like while we're on the topic of like relationships, like what do we want in a guy?
You can go first.
There's so many things.
I know.
Okay, I don't know if I can be able to like name them all, but like it may be like I'll give like character traits and like personality wise. So obviously they have to be a man of God, like saved and stuff like that. Like I'll give like character traits. They have to be humble. I wrote them down too. So like I can't go off the top of my head. Humble, wise. Pause for a second. I'm gonna go get it because I wrote it down. Hold on. So, what?
Why?
Because I wrote it down. These are things I pray for. Like I want, but like in a guy. You don't have like no. See, I also talked to Mom about that. Like I would desire some of these things in a guy, but like they don't have to like check all the boxes.
She has 3 pages.
That was not full yet.
Okay. But okay.
Okay. So obviously, I already told you before. You have to love the Lord. Is faithful, loyal, honest, funny, helpful, loves kids, respectful, a leader. He's not weak. I don't like weak men.
What's weak to you?
Like being passive, like towards like me or like anyone.
A pushover.
Yeah, like
just letting people walk over him.
Selfless, trustworthy, ambitious, loving, strong, compassionate, passionate, sexy, of course. Okay, I already said humble. He is good at communication. Is like my father in some ways. I said some. Break that down. Like, cause my dad, he's like a protector, and he's very. I want to say like he's not a helicopter parent, but he's very protective, and he is a very godly man. He knows like how to like just like be there for us, and he's always like to defend us, and he's our provider and things like that. I'll get more into that like later when we have our story time. But is a great listener, not passive, is a gentleman, obeys the word, generous, patient and graceful, self-control, gentleness, is a servant. He makes sacrifices. He's affectionate, confident, courageous, and diligent. So that's just a few of them, but like I wrote down more, but I'll talk that later.
I think it's good to have standards, but just don't expect them to meet perfect.
All of them. Yeah,
but nobody's perfect. But I think that there is a perfect person for you. So like whoever's for you is not gonna be for me. Whoever's for me is not gonna be for you. So when it comes to what I want, like I said, a Christian man. I do want someone that's a leader. I feel like if you were to talk to people about like how I am like as a person, you know, like how you have like an alpha male, I'm kind of like the female version of that. So I feel like if I have an alpha male and I'm also like a strong-headed female, I feel like there's gonna be always like that.
Yeah, butting heads and stuff.
But I don't want a beta either, because then it's like I would be the more dominant one and he would be like very passive and like I don't like that either. So something I'm gonna have to figure out. But I want a guy that can be serious but also be like funny. So like he can entertain me, always make me laugh, but he knows when it's time to like, okay, it's time to be serious. Like I don't want like a constant funny guy. Like I want you to know when it's time to be serious and when it's time for like, okay, let's like joke around. Because I'm that kind of person. Like I don't mind doing that. I do want you to like kids, because I want kids in the future. Can't have kids if you don't even like them.
I like agree like on the subject of if we are.
What else did
kids.
You say? Because most of what was on your list is pretty much what I
said. Humble. Humble, generous.
One of the things she said was passionate. I am a very ambitious person. When I want something, I'm going to go get it. And I plan to get that thing. I don't let anything get in my way. I don't let anyone get in my way. If my head is set on something, I set my goals towards that thing in order to achieve it. So if someone can match that energy with me, that would be great. I don't want like some lazy dude that does not have any goals in mind, does not know what he wants to do with his life, but at least have like something like that you want to do, that you're passionate about, that you're ambitious about. I want a go-getter like me. So I mean, and like for instance, like with jobs, I don't care if you have like a 9-to-5 or whatever like that, or if you're a CEO. I don't care about that stuff, because as long as you're passionate about what you want to do, I personally don't care about how much you make or any of that stuff. Yeah.
So what else? It was like relationships,
sex. Okay. So we talked about relationships. Now the next thing is, let's talk about sex like B. I
don't know that song. Oh, I thought it was like
Salt and Pepper.
No, I thought it was the other song. it was isn't there band Color Me, like
I don't know. But anyway, sex.
Yeah, that one.
So as we've said, we're Christian young women. So with that value of, I guess, being Christian females, how we view sex is probably not like how everybody views it. So I know for us, like first and foremost, I want to try my very best to not have sex before marriage. I want to save that for the guy I'm going to marry. I don't want to be like, I don't want to have like relationships. I'm having sex with every one of those, every single person.
Yeah, because it just like feels right or whatever, or like the timing's right or whatever, or like I love that person, so that's why I want to do it. We're like, I think when you do that, that's like you're really, because like if
when you give yourself to someone, you are giving yourself to someone. You are not just that's what I've never understood like how people could say, oh, it's just sex.
Yeah,
it's not just anything. It's not
no strings attached or whatever like that.
It's not. That's not. I don't even think that that's logically possible, because like even when you think about chemical wise, like I'm a very sciencey person. Like even when you think about it like that way, the emotions, the chemicals that like are just released in your body during that activity, you can't just say it's just sex. It's not. But if you want to think about it like from a biblical standpoint, like if you're also like a fellow believer like we are, and even if you're not, I can just let you know that when you open yourself up to someone, guy or girl, that is something that you are bonded with that person like for life. Whether you have a kid or not, you are connected with that person. You are connected. So like let me give you an example. If I'm having sex like with every single guy that I've been in a relationship with, and then I eventually get married, when I have sex with that person, I'm going to be thinking about even if I don't want to, or if I don't mean to, I'm gonna be thinking about all those other dudes that I've had sex with, and like comparing it.
Yeah.
And even if I don't mean to, your mind is just going to go there. Even if you don't want it to, even if you don't think it's going to, logically it just is.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful, I guess, like with that. You have to be careful. So like, yeah, that's just like my take on it.
Yeah, I agree like 100% with you. Like I want to remain celibate.
Yeah,
abstinent. So, cause like I don't like, I know that you get tempted sometimes, and
yeah,
like,
of course
you want to do it, but I believe like I want to wait until like I get married to commit that act, cause especially if it's your first time, you'll never get that back. So I believe like you want to do it with the one person that you know you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, not all these other guys that you don't even like care about. You don't even know if you're gonna see them like the next day or whatever like that.
Because there are dudes that just hit it and quit it, and then you're gonna be sitting in your room like crying like, oh,
yep.
And then what if you get pregnant? Who's gonna be stuck with it? You, not him. He has the option to just leave. You do not. Whatever decision you come up with, that's on you. Like it, that child is inside of you. So no matter what decision you decide to come up with or decide to take, you're basically like you're stuck. You're by yourself. But like I've never been that kind of person to like judge people. I don't care whether you're a believer or not. For me, I just know that that's how I feel, and that's what I believe, and that's what I hold true to.
Yeah.
What you do, your business. That's you. I just know for me, this is what I want to do. This is what she wants to do, is what she said.
And like, remember watching that one video like about like guys? There a girl walking around campus. She was asking those guys like, you know, would you? I know, I was so annoyed. She was asking the guys, would you date a girl
that was a virgin?
Yeah, that was a virgin, and most of them said no, I would not. And I was like,
but I feel like nowadays, like being a virgin is not a big deal as it was like in the 80s and 90s. Like, bro, you're still a virgin. Like, I don't think it's a big deal anymore. Like, you can say you're a virgin and people are not gonna clown you for it, because it's like, okay, so what? I didn't have sex when I was 12 and you did. Yeah. What's the big deal? Who's the smarter person here?
Yeah. What else was it? You said dating, sex,
marriage.
Okay, so I now have like a permanent timeline like I want, but like I'm telling you, like for me to get married, we have to be dating like at least, I want to say like almost a year or two. A year or two. Because remember, I said if we're already friends, I basically already know you. So if it's like that, then 1 to 2. But if not, and I just met you or whatever like that, it's 2 to 3. So 2 to 3 years if we're not friends like that, or 1 to 2 if we're already friends and we're just decided to be in a relationship. So you have to be dating for at least 1 or 2 years for me to get married. I'm not gonna marry up like, because I know like back in the old days it was like they got married like after
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And like, hey, let's get married
for like 75 years.
Yeah, I mean that's cute and all. Yeah, that's very romantic. but
that's
like
not for me. Like you won't see that happening for me. It's not happening.
Because like now in this day and age, you have to be very careful about who you pick and choose to be your soulmate.
Are you straight? Are you bi? Have you ever been with a man? Have you ever been with a trans?
You gotta ask all those questions.
Like things are so different now. So different. There's so many things that like back then you wouldn't even have to worry about asking, but now you have to ask.
Yep.
Like whether you're truthful about those answers, that's you. But you can't say that. Oh, why are you even asking me that? Like,
yeah, like if you just answer it, like
I'm not gonna bum rush you with it, but
yeah,
but I mean gradually those are things you have to like get to know about a person.
Otherwise, like where's the trust, and like how are you gonna build the relationship if you're not being honest like about like, you know, who you are. So yeah, that's me. You?
That's all you have to say?
Yeah.
About marriage?
I mean, we're gonna base like step by step. So like, how long until?
So like I said, 2 years really is kind of 2 years is really kind of my minimum and my max, because I'm not willing to go less than that, and I'm not really go over that really.
Okay, but like, what about if you have him dating for a year and he does pop a question, but and you really feel like he like?
But see, that's something that there are things you should communicate. That's why I don't understand those videos when the guy gets like rejected when he proposes. Why did y'all not talk about that? I'm not saying tell me when you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But we need to have that discussion. Are we ready for that next step? If not, don't propose to me in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna get butt hurt. Like, those are things you'll have to talk about. How many kids do you want? Do you even want kids? Do you want to get married? Yeah. Like there's so many things you have to communicate to each other. And like, I know for me, like, I'm not in a relationship. I know I'm not gonna be a perfect person, and I'm striving to be, but I mean, nobody's perfect. So even if I get in a relationship right now, there's still things that I have to work on, like on myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be halfway, but I'm not gonna be like fully perfect. I know for me, communication is like a big thing. I'm not a very vulnerable person. I'm not a confrontational person because I don't like conflict. I don't like saying, this is how I feel at this exact moment. This is how you made me feel.
Yeah.
This is what I want you to stop doing. This is what I want you to do. So, like, those are, like, some things I know I have to work on, like, myself, is, like, being more open and, like, not shutting off so much and, like, shutting down. So, I know, like, for me, that's just something that has to be dealt with, like, on my own before I can, like, start a relationship. And even if I do, like I said, I might not be, like, fully there, like have handled that type of thing, like, for myself. But where was I going?
Oh, wow, it's just you.
No. We were talking about how long I would be with the person. And then I started talking about,
like, what's key for you, like, in a relationship, and, like, what you're still working on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do want to get married. I don't, there's things, though, like, as a single person, like, that I want to do, like, on my own, and I have to worry about this other person. Like, oh, are they okay with me doing that? Oh, do I have to think about this person while I'm doing... If I'm alone, single, by myself, I don't have to check on anybody else. It's just me. So, I mean, I want to make sure, like, I'm straight, like, job-wise, like, just everything, like, within my life that I'm good.
Yeah.
Before, like, that's even considered. But, yeah, I definitely do want to get married and, like, have that step. Now, do I know if that's in the plans for, like, God? Like, what he wants for my life? I don't know, but I do know he also knows my desires and what I want, and he knows that that's something that I want.
What age would you like to be married?
See, with everything, I'm a planner. I have planned my life out. So it's like, when I had getting married into the mix, that was like at around the age 29, which is how old our parents were when they got married. But I also want to be more consistent with having kids back to back than they did, because there's things, man, that I want to do whether I have kids or not. So if I do the every 2-year plan that I've set for myself, first kid at 31, next one at 33, have my last kid by the time I'm 35, and then I'm done. So by the time I'm in my 50s, all my kids are in their 20s. So
like, the age like I would like to be married is like 23 to maybe like 25. That's the age, like, I want to be married. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but, like, that's where I desire, like, that's the age I desire to be married.
Yeah.
Now, you say your thing you have to work on is communication. Mine is, like, my attitude, and, like, you know, cause I, like, in our first video, I told you, like, you know, I get moody at times.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing I have to work on, because if I'm gonna be married, or if I'm gonna be dating, I have to work on how I approach the person, how I respond, because one thing I can say is, like, just how I like interact with my family. When I talk, sometimes I can come off as, like, disrespectful or, like, have an attitude, and sometimes I'll say, like, I'm fine, but, like,
not really fine.
I'll blame it, like, going, like, have PMS or, like, something like that, but, like, I really know, like, I'm just not, either like I don't want to be bothered, or like someone's really like pissing me off and I really like want to talk about it. But I know for me, I really have to work on like being very vocal about like how to handle myself when it comes like my attitude, because I'll admit I'm very moody, but I'm working on it, because if I'm married, I don't want to be disrespectful towards my husband and like be all kinds of having like an attitude for no reason, and he comes out of like, you know, why are you acting like this and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I'm continuing on working on. What else? We said 3 things. We only covered, was it only 2?
That was all of them.
Oh, we did 2 or 3?
No, we talked about
dating. Was it dating?
Yeah, we talked about dating, sex, relationships, and marriage.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave that in the comments below. We have 2 videos out already. We have the Get to Know Us, and we did the Whisper Challenge previously. So I'll put those, the links either in the description, or you can see them somewhere up in the corner, somewhere in the corner. Make sure you give this video a like. Okay.
Make sure you give them a thumbs up. So make sure you give this video a
Make
thumbs
sure
up.
you give this a thumbs up. Is that better?
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos and our page with everyone else you know.
Trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to make dough. We're trying to make money. So we can't do that if we only have, what are we at now? 21 subscribers. And even though we love each and every one of you, but we need more.
We've seen how many views we got on our first video. So those many views need to be popping up on our subscribers. So
share these videos, like these videos, do whatever you can. Social media, all that mama jumbo. So
see you guys next time.
Bye. Love you. Bye.